Education Advisory Group. And you know, a lot of people come up to me, particularly obviously people who don't know me but have heard of me, and say, what makes Education Advisory Group so special? Why should we work with you? And I honestly think that the answer is pretty easy. Honestly, we are not for everyone, and I will be the first to tell you that. The best way that I like to explain Education Advisory Group is we are the difference between your child sitting in a large lecture class of 200 or 300 kids and your child being in a seminar of maybe 12 to 15 kids. And what I mean by that is we are not a huge company that offers all of this programming and then we just sort of put the kids through one program after another program after another program. That's not the way we work. We like to think of ourselves more as a boutique. We are a seminar independent counseling group. While your child will work with one counselor as the point person, many of our counselors will know who your child is. And the counseling group gets together all the time to talk about your child, their skills, their strengths, their weaknesses, and we make decisions based on our joint knowledge about each individual child. And then we work with them from where they are and help them to move forward. Again, we won't post numbers like 500 of our kids got into Harvard and 600 of our kids got into Yale, because we don't work with that kind of number. If you are in a lecture class and there's 500 or 600 kids in a lecture class or even 300, of course you're going to have more A's than if you're in a small seminar class of 7 or 8, where every child is going to do the very best they can and meet their own individual goals. That's our goal, to help your child meet their individual goals. We're not going to say to you, we're going to teach your child how to be motivated. We're going to teach your child time management. Listen, I've been a counselor for over 40 years. I can't tell you how many kids I've worked with at every different level, both socially, emotionally, and academically. A child learns motivation by being in the experience, by working with somebody that encourages them, gives them responsibility, gives them a time frame, and then stays on top of them and helps them to see their strengths. Then they will start developing their own motivation. But you can't teach motivation. You can't have a class for motivation. You can't teach time management. Sure, you can give them worksheets and you can give them classes on time management. But again, the way they learn it is one-on-one working with a counselor where they set a time frame. They look at their own schedules. They figure out when they can work, when things are due, and how they are due. And then we help them along the way through their own experiences. That's how kids learn, experientially, by trying and doing, not by sitting in a class or doing workshops or going to presentation after presentation. It just doesn't work that way. I was in a big company like that. I didn't like it. I didn't like it for the counselors and I didn't like it for the kids. And so my goal is to keep our company small and personal so that we really get to know your kids and they get to know us, and we take them from where they are and we help them to move forward. And that's how they will grow. That's how they will get soft skills. That's how they will learn to look people in the eye when they talk. That's how they will learn to lean forward when they're in a meeting. That's how they will learn to express their feelings. By doing, not by watching, and not by listening to presentations. So I hope this helps. I hope this helps to explain who we are. We are not for everybody, but we think that we are really, really good for the right students. Be kind to someone today, and I hope to see you next time.
如果想了解更多信息，请联系我，谢谢。